Hey everyone, one of the most distressing aspects of the story of the Oakland Raiders, specifically Oakland Raiders owner Mark Davis' attempt to move the Raiders from Oakland to Las Vegas, is the way the news is fixed. For example, at the Thursday, May 26th, Southern Nevada Tourism and Infrastructure Committee meeting, where the stadium proposal that was put in by the Raiders, Las Vegas Sands, and Majestic Realty was studied, a letter was issued by 7 powerful Las Vegas and Nevada unions that directly impact service operations in Las Vegas and the Strip. That letter was never discussed by any media outlet. None at all was there. I posted the letter on Script. I'm going to read it to you because you need to listen to what these powerful organization representatives have to say. Here goes. Governor's Office of Economic Development, Southern Nevada Tourism Infrastructure Committee. Dear committee members, it is with a united voice that we express our strong concerns regarding the NFL stadium build for the following reasons. The $1.4 billion stadium proposal as presented is broken down into several financial contributions. 1. $200 million in NFL G4 money. 2. $300 million from Oakland Raiders owner Mark Davis. 3. $750 million from hotel and rental car tax revenue. 4. $150 million from private donors. This proposal comes with a tax increment district or tax increment financing, TIF, with which we see the following issues. Number 1, the tax increment financing or TIF district has not been drawn, which could include significant parts of the Strip and developing neighborhoods. Any TIF must include a line item percentage that will be dedicated to fund the increase in expected essential services required from the impact of the stadium. That's 1. 2, the TIF is being drawn to help the stadium's private backers to get their return on investment, which means it will be going to reimburse the $650 million in private costs, not the $750 million the taxpayers pay. 3, if in fact this TIF is agreed to, the entire stadium will be built with taxpayer money. 4, if a TIF is agreed to, it needs to be minimal, not to exceed 5 years. The proposal includes a Clark County Stadium Authority with which we see the following issues. 1, this authority is absent from the public representation that is necessary for the amount of public monetary commitment and continuing infrastructural needs. 2, this authority should be an elected board, not appointed, responsible to the citizens of Las Vegas. This proposal is absent from the community protections necessary to sustain good jobs and infrastructure, including the following. 1, the citizens are being asked to provide significant support to this project. If tax dollars are used building the stadium, consider making the stadium publicly owned. 2, the agreement needs to include protections for good jobs that include project labor agreements for construction, infrastructure, public works, public safety, grounds, and concessions. 3, the final agreement must include the costs for increasing law enforcement, fire, and EMS resources for public protection and traffic control, including a recommendation of a law enforcement substation, fire station, medical facility, all located within the stadium to address the increased public safety needs. 4, we can no longer continue to provide valuable economic development dollars and taxpayer dollars, TIF, to private investors who are not committed to providing public services, wages, and worker protections. corporate interests must be good corporate citizens. No contract should be allowed without collective bargaining agreements that include wage and benefit provisions. 5. The agreements need to include community rehabilitation dollars for displaced residents. 6. Performance clauses and benchmarks must be included in any agreement to appropriately fund and measure return on investment for the community. As a community built upon the tourism industry, we should not abandon our need for an expanded convention center. The following unions are united in our opposition of the current proposal as it stands. We are also united in our desire to work with this committee and all the stakeholders to ensure that the citizens of Clark County and the state of Nevada are represented properly in this process. So that represents the Culinary Union Local 226, Southern Nevada Building and Construction Trades, Service Employees International Union SEIU Local 1107, the American Federation of State, County, Municipal Employees AFSCME Local 4041, the Professional Firefighters of Nevada AO27, Nevada Association of Public Safety Officers CWA Local 9110, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees IATSE Local 720. That is a powerful, powerful letter. To have it presented and for the media to go without noticing it or mentioning it is completely 1000% irresponsible. Let me explain to you how important this is and how it demonstrates to the large degree this project has been blundered and executed in a Keystone Cops unprofessional way that on its face should cause it not to be approved separate from the matter of leaving Oakland, which is equally ridiculous. Remember Carson? In the case of Carson, the planners, specifically Goldman Sachs and the city of Carson, worked with the builders union, the same construction union, different local, and had them sign agreements regarding costs, payments they would agree to. In other words, the union costs were already locked in. They already had the union's buy-in. Different story here. Completely different story. That's one example. And it's more proof that, quite simply, this is just another game to get taxpayer dollars. They're right. It says right there in black and white in the stadium proposal by Majestic Realty in Las Vegas Sands that the TIF, the Tax Income and Financing District, is designed to, and I quote, allow the developers to recoup their costs. It's right there in black and white. It says it. It says nothing about providing public services. It doesn't estimate the cost of public services. Nothing like that. It doesn't even estimate the cost for the rebuild of, which will be needed, streets and roads that will be severely impacted by the traffic from the stadium. Anyone paying attention to this must take this seriously. I know a lot of you are not going to. A lot of you are not going to. But that would be your error.